self-care to better health, learning to eat well, to move well, and ultimately to live well. So this webinar is for you if you have a strong desire to live your best life, if you have a strong desire to look and feel and move well as you age, if you have a strong desire to prevent chronic aches and pains and not settle for it, if you have a strong desire to improve your balance, if you want to understand your body better and wish to move your health to the next level, then this is definitely for you. So definitely we have to do something. We're never going to be the same. So the journey for the remainder of your life comes to two choices, right? Do something or do nothing. And our body will deteriorate if we don't do anything. We know that. So this webinar is to help explain, explore, and to empower you to have a clear understanding of what it takes to live a healthier lifestyle, one that you envision and desire. Have a roadmap to begin your journey if you have been wanting to get started, and also to have the solution, tools, and support you need on your journey. So I'm sure you can relate. Some of you are not at the level of health that you desire, and it's affecting the way you look, feel, but most of all, your confidence. Some of you might have chronic aches and pain, and that are slowing you down and holding you back. And some of you are exercising but not getting results. So we're here to answer all that. And some of you need some clarity regarding diet, exercise, and pain. So it's not your fault, because the real problem is that we were not born with a manual. And there's overwhelming amount of good, bad, and conflicting information on TV, magazine, internet, families, friends, different information. And then there's a dark side of the food industry, and there's a dark side of the fitness industry that we need to know about. So here's why I say that. We only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. And most of the information is outdated and one size fits all. It's just like this is the Apple computer. Look at from 1976, 77, 79, 1980, 1985. If we're still using this today, no way. It's not gonna, we can't function, right? The laptop. So we constantly need to update, or we're outdated. The good news is that I figured out a step-by-step way to solve this problem, and I'll walk you through this webinar. The key to your success is really your desire to look and feel your best so you can live your best life and apply what I'm about to share with you today.
Lucy, your PowerPoint has disappeared.
Has it disappeared for everybody else too?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shucks. This sucks. Okay, let me try again. So most likely I won't be able to record this because it's giving problem. How's it now?
Yeah, no,
Okay, back.
Okay.
Back.
Okay. Is it still there? Still there?
Yeah, it's still there for now.
Okay, so doing so, thank you for letting me know. You will look and feel instantly better. You'll have the energy and mobility to do what you love. Have the confidence as you age to heal and be independent. And the best part of it is that you don't have to settle looking and feeling older than you are, live with chronic aches and pain, and feel there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I'm a self-care and posture transformation coach. I specialize in posture and the ABCs of movement. So what you're going to take away today is that 3 things you need to be very clear on before starting your journey. The 3 things you need clear understanding of before starting your journey. And the 3 actions you can take that will affect the outcome of your health. So the 3 things you need before you get started is your mindset. Your mind must be set. So this is really overused, this word that people overlook it. What does it mean? What does it mean when your mind must be set? means that your goal must be crystal clear. Your why must be pure, and you must believe that you can achieve it. So let me go into detail about that. Your goal must be crystal clear. So most people are very general. They say, I want to be healthy. I want to lose weight. That's just so general. It's almost like someone who says, I want to be in a relationship. That doesn't get you anywhere, right? What kind of ideal mate do you want, right? Same thing with when it comes to health. What is your definition of health? You got to be clear. It's got to be, you got to be able to see it in your mind and picture it. If not, it's so easy to forget about it. But when you're crystal clear, you're already halfway there. So that's what they have, that the secret, and they have a vision board. So if you don't really know, maybe start looking at pictures, reading magazines, and just get an idea. Is this out again? Everybody still here?
It seems to have gone again.
Oh, man. How about now? Still?
I don't see it.
I don't know why it does that. I have to reshare again. That's so interesting. Thank you for your patience. I wonder if I just leave it at this PowerPoint, it will stay.
It looked like somebody else may have accidentally pressed a button to share, and so it maybe interfered with yours. So not to worry, just, you know, if it happens again, then we'll just reset.
Okay.
Lisa, on the
Yeah.
top, it says recording, and there's a red dot on my screen,
Yes.
So
it's
maybe-
recording.
and that's why your graphics aren't showing up.
Yes, I'm recording this video. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, but I thought you were trying and you said it wasn't recording.
Oh, I said I'm not sure. So mine still says recording, so I'm not sure it's gonna keep jumping back and forth. So I'm gonna keep it recorded and go back and see if it even work out. Maybe the audio won't even work. I don't know. So
And on the center of my screen, it says Suzanne Nakano has started screen sharing instead of, now it has your words on it.
oh,
Okay, so, all right.
okay. Thank you. Yeah, maybe that's what Alice said. Maybe somebody pressed the share screen by accident. That's why I keep jumping. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe I can click on, I'm gonna, don't allow my participant to share screen. Maybe that would help. I click that. Okay, thanks for your patience. So it must be clear, definitely. Number two, what would your lifestyle look like if you're at the level of health that you wanna be, right? So those are the questions you wanna really ask yourself. The quality of your life comes from the quality of the question you ask yourself. But most of us don't really take the time to ask and be curious and dream. So what would your life be, how would your life be different if you look and feel the way you desire? What would you like to be able to do? That could be a clear goal. I have a client right now who's 85 who want to tie his shoes and be able to walk outside because he was in so much pain. You know, that's his goal for now, because he loves to travel and he's afraid he won't be able to travel anymore. Right now, the coronavirus preventing him. So he says this is a time for him to rehab and retrain and re-educate his body to function again. Yeah. How do you want to feel in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? You know, do you feel exhausted when you wake up in the morning? Something's going on. You know, is it not enough sleep? Is it maybe you have sleep apnea? Maybe you hate your job. You don't look forward to going to work. So much other things that could affect. Could be a diet. Maybe you're eating late at night. So many things you got to reflect and think about. Afternoon, do you feel you hit the wall? You know, sometimes it could be just dehydration. Not drinking enough water. And then in the evening, are you exhausted? Or you have a hard time going to bed, going to sleep? That's like a horrible thing to experience. We need the sleep to recharge and for the body to repair. And then maybe who is someone you admire that has the ideal health you desire, and look to that, because you are really the 5 people you hang around with. So you want to be healthy. You want to be around people who are healthy, because just like playing tennis, if you want to be good at tennis, you don't play with someone that's average or worse than you. You want to be with someone that's better than you, that challenges you, that pushes you. Yeah. So the second thing is your intention must be pure. What does that mean? So you got to have a why. If you don't have a why, it doesn't keep you on track. But when I say your intention must be pure, meaning your body knows when you are genuine or not. I mean, I have gone through it. Everybody have gone through it. Like, I just want to look good. It's not enough. I just want to be certain pound. I want to go on a diet and look a certain way. Your body knows it, and it just like a relationship. When you meet with someone that you know their intentions are not pure, you don't trust them. The body is the same way. And if your intention is not to just be healthy, a really deep reason why, then it's very hard to stay on track. You can stay on it for a little while, like getting ready for a wedding, for a class reunion, right? Get ready just for the summer. Some people have that motivation, but it won't last for life. And this is all about lifestyle. So how would I be different if I do achieve this ideal health? How would my transformation affect the people in my life? Because how you feel about yourself affects how you treat other people. If we're happy, we're a lot more patient, a lot more caring, a lot more understanding, able to have the energy and to give them the attention they need, to give them the support they need. What does eating healthy do for my body? Why is walking important for my body? Not just to lose weight. There's so much benefit. It helps with increasing circulation, which hydrates the body. It helps with bowel movement, your lymphatic system. It helps with detoxing, help prevent stiffness, because motion is lotion for the body. It's a great stress reliever. Allows you to just release a lot of tension in your body, because when we're stressed, it's fight or flight. And a lot of the stress we have is nothing to fight about. And so if you're just sitting there, it's going to cause more stress. But if you just walk, it's more like a flight. So it's a good form of stress relief. Why is exercise important for my body? So exercise is not just to have a nice butt or just have a toned ab. The fitness industry, the dark side, that's what they market. But exercise is to keep you mobile. It's to keep you strong so you can walk more efficiently. So you can be stronger to just do basic stuff like carrying a heavy pot of soup or curry, or carrying laundry, or carrying grandkids, or to be able to push a couch across the room. I mean, it's to be able to bend over and tie your shoes. So that's what exercise allows you to do, the things you love to do throughout the day easier, to go up a flight of 3 stairs and not be exhausted. To prevent you from falling, because if you trip, you can catch and break your fall. That's what exercise is important for the body. If you think that way, then you're more able to be consistent, and you're going to search for answers to strengthen your body. And then what are my core values? Because if you know your values, then you have this certain standard for yourself. And then you automatically be more consistent with your own exercise program, or you're gonna get back on track when you do fall off the wagon. All this, your intention must be pure of why you want this, why to be healthy, or why you want to look a certain way or feel a certain way when it comes to health. Then what do I not tolerate? So when you have that standard you don't tolerate, you're gonna find ways to find answers, find ways to achieve your desired outcome. Okay. And then third of all, for the mindset is 100% believe in yourself. So you gotta be aware of your thoughts and self-talk. 95% of what we think about every day is what we thought about the day before. And we have this negative self-talk on us all the time going in our head. And so we need to be very aware of that and catch yourself, because that affects you. A lot of people are unconscious of all the little things we say to ourselves. I can't do this, I can't do that, and this is bad. And, replace self-doubt with action. Seek inspiration to empower you, so find ways. Seek information to educate you so you can make the best decision, and seek help to keep you accountable and on track. So chance of success, there we go. So if you say I won't, there's zero chance that you're gonna succeed, right? You've seen people like that. I can't, only 10% of chance of succeeding. I don't know how, only 20%. I wish I could, 30%. I want to, 40% chance of success. I think I might, 50%. I might achieve it, 60%. I think I can, 70%. I can, 80%. I am, 90%. It's when you do it that you get 100%. So level up, because as I mentioned earlier, like the person you will become in 5 years depend largely on the books you read, the people you spend time with, the food you eat, the habits you adopt, and the conversation you engage in today. So the conversation you engage with yourself and with other people. So mindset must be set. I hope this is clear. You must be set of what you want, and it must be pure, and you gotta believe that you can achieve it. So this is important because it keeps you on track when you fall off the wagon or get off track. You won't let obstacles stop you or slow you down. You will see it as a challenge and find a way to overcome it once your mind is set. So here are the 3 things you need clear understanding of. Your body, your diet, and your pain. Your body. So you gotta know your posture and your alignment. Our posture has changed drastically with the lifestyle that we live. We don't need to move as much. We sit a lot, and that causes a lot of the muscles to just shut down, either because they're so tight or they're overused. Our profession, our work does that too. Even if you're like a maid at a hotel, I mean, all you do is vacuum and bend over and do stuff. That's a repetitive trauma to the posture. Then your range of motion is caused from the posture. Your range of motion, you must have full end range of motion for your joints. We're gonna go more into detail about that. Symmetry, because if you don't have symmetry on the left and right side, we have compensation. And then fascia, so important. You're gonna learn a lot about fascia. Hopefully you get a clearer understanding of what that is. Your fascia it's a connective tissue that needs to be healthy. So your posture. Your posture affects the way you look, the way you feel, and the way you move. Look at this girl right here on the left side, right? Just by changing your posture affects the way you look. She look instantly leaner. It's the same body. You can look instantly 5 to 10 pounds leaner. People realize too, posture also affects you of the chance of being a victim to an assault. Predators look for people who are weak. So that woman on the left, the before picture, someone that you can attack easily, whereas someone on the right looks like she might know martial art, so there's actually a research done where these researchers go into a prison and show a video of people sitting at the park, and they will ask these convicts, which person would you attack at this park? And use these people who are poor posture or unaware of their their environment. Like this guy here, if he's just always staring at the phone, it's going to have a problem with his neck issue because their head weighs about 8 to 10 pounds. So that's a lot on his spine and put a lot of stress in his trap and neck and lower and upper back. But also, if a criminal look at someone like that staring at the phone and unaware, it's so easy to attack or take his phone, take whatever they want. So much when it comes to posture that we don't look at. It affects the way you look, the way you feel, the way you move, but also your safety. And there are many, many combination of posture deviation. Ideally, you want to look like the one on the right, where your ear in line with your shoulder, in line with your hip, in line with your knee, in line with your ankles. But most of us are one or more of these different deviation of forward head, thoracic kyphosis, which is the upper back issue, the lower back, lumbar lordosis, and then the sway back. The sway back is a good example of someone who sits on a recliner chair all the time. They're tucking, or sitting on a beach chair or a sofa. The furniture is so soft that you just mow into this tucking position. And then when you get up, that becomes normal. Our tissue are all molded and dried into that position. And it's really hard for someone to get back into that good posture, no matter how much they try. The lumbar lordosis is someone like with more weight on the tummy. Pregnancy will do that. Extra weight would do that for men with the beer gut belly. High heel would cause the lumbar lordosis of the lower back. But a lot of young women, they want to have that J-Lo, that Kardashian look, and they stick their butt back so it looks bigger. It does, but it causes a lot of compression in the lower back. We call this, in the fitness world, we call this the J-Lo. But also sitting will cause this posture. Yeah, that's why the front hip gets shortened. So when you get up, the lower back starts to arch because the pelvis has been tilted forward. The thoracic kyphosis is the backpack will cause that. So you know little kids now, they don't wear backpack as much. Some of them, they have that backpack where you pull like a little suitcase. But tell people, make sure that they also switch hands because there's symmetry issue now. They don't want to address that. If they're always pulling with one arm, try to make sure you switch to the other side. And then we have the forward head, very common with staring at the phone, or if you do a lot of desk jobs, especially like accountants, and if you do anything regarding staring at the computer, graphic designer who really need to be detailed, those are two highest. But everybody's get this forward head because we're just staring at phones and computer devices. I'm not sure if you have noticed, but if you have kids, sons or husbands, never wear your wallet in your back pants pocket when you sit. It throws off your spine, causes back pain, hip pain. So tell them to take their wallet out of their back pants pocket and put it in the front. Even standing and you know, when we're so used to standing and talking to someone, we tend to lean on one hip. Be careful of that. That's very similar to standing on similar to sitting on one wallet on the back pants pocket. It throws off your hips. So being aware of your alignment throughout the day is so important. Crossing your leg, make sure you cross it the other way. Just constant awareness that you're not in the same position all the time, because we just can't avoid not sitting. Awareness is the key. Yeah. It's like your house, you know, you're just aware to pick things up here and there. If you're not aware, the house gets messier and messier. Same concept. So this is a picture of my client. The picture on the left is what he's comfortable with. That's his normal posture. The middle is what he think his good posture. If he try to straighten up himself, he's still leaning forward. The picture at the end is when I corrected him. And it feels weird. He feels like he's leaning back too much. He surfs for a very long time, like 45, 50 years he's been surfing. So that's one of the things that he feels like, I think affected him. Okay, so symmetry, the left and right side of your body. So really take a good look at your body in the mirror and look at symmetry. Take a little practice. Look at the health of your tissue. Take some practice. These are common things that are affected by most people. So if you look at people, look at her posture, see how her palm is facing you. If you ever walk behind someone and you see their palm facing you, you know they have a rounded shoulder. Their shoulder is slumped forward. Their palm should be facing their hip, the side of their hips. And then a lot of people, their hips are higher. One's higher than the other. They call it like jam hips. And those can be caused from many things like crossing your legs or even just stepping down on a curve and you don't really know it. And you didn't even, so you step down and you suddenly have this jerk of a feeling, and that could cause that muscle to, that joint to lock up. It could be you fall on your tailbone and the tissue gets some inflammation and tightness there. And this could be happen when you're a long time ago, when you're very young. And that can throw off the whole hip and shut off the glutes, the butt muscle, and then now it affects the gait movement pattern. So we need to have symmetry, definitely, to prevent aches and pain. It's fine if, like when it comes to range of motion symmetry, that if one side, both sides is left very restricted range of motion. But if one side has a lot of range of motion and the other side doesn't, that's when we have a lot of chronic aches and pain. Because every step you take, the weaker side that's not moving has to catch up every step, thousands of steps a day. And over time, that's when we start feeling aches and pain. And we think that's old age, but it's not. It's really the body's breaking down and can't handle anymore of this chronic stress of compensation. So range of motion, when you don't have that, I see all these compensation here. You see until push-up, 99% of people are doing push-up incorrectly. You can see right there, the girl in the black and in the blue, their head is drooping forward, their tension in their neck, the traps are coming up, there's stress on their elbow, on their wrist, on their lower back. They're holding their breath. This is another example of sensation when people do push-ups, that is pinching. They're overusing the traps. Oops, excuse me. They're overusing the traps and not using those lat muscle that's on the side of their armpit. Drastic difference in the quality of the movement, but it could stress, when we overuse the pinching of the scapula like that, it stresses the neck, the shoulders, the wrists, the lower back. Now, let's go into fascia, which is going to be a lot longer section. So fascia is the connective tissue in the body. So if you magnify fascia, it looks like the two pictures on the top. They should be nice and fresh and hydrated. The one on the bottom left with that's open with the clamp, that's more of a cadaver. So you can see how the tissues are more drier, right? But the one on the right, the picture of the fresh calf, that is a better visual of, this is a calf muscle. And so what we see in the white part is not bone, that's fascia. That's one of the deeper fascia. So let me explain more. So you gotta think of fascia like an orange. The top left is like, you have all these white, after you peel that orange or jabon, you have these white stuff. That's your superficial fascia. Then after you peel all the white stuff off, the middle part, the orange you see in the middle section, top middle, you have the wedges that separate the oranges, and that's more fascia. Think of that in your body. And that separate the oranges from the wedges from each other, while your body has different muscle, like quadriceps and hamstring, and they're all cover it with fascia so that the muscle can glide nicely when you move. If not, if they get stuck together, that's when we have some restriction. And if they're really stuck together, that's when we have pain. So fascia should be wet and hydrated and stretchable, so movement is not restricted and muscle can activate and turn on. And then if you bite into an orange or you cut it, you see the picture on the right. You see those white stuff? Those little white stuff, think of your body, same thing, like they're fascia too. And these white stuff prevent the juice from falling out. It holds the juice together. Well, your body's the same way. Inside your muscle tissue, if you look at the bottom right picture of a piece of meat, and the person's tearing that part, little white part off by the bone, those are fascia. They hold your muscle together, and those fascia help with muscle performance. It helps with circulation. If they're dry, they affect your circulation. Your fascia is the largest organ in the body, and it plays so much in our health that it's not talked about, because it's only 2012 that the medical industry actually acknowledged that it's a largest organ in the body. They used to say the skin is the largest organ. So think of a loofah is another way to think about it. That's how much fascia is in the body. And then the rest of the hole that fills the loofah is your muscles, and outside is the skin. So if we take all your organs and skin and bone out of your body and just leave fascia in your body on the table, it's a big cotton candy of you or a big loofah of you. That's how much fascia it is. And they get dry because we don't move. So posture, your fascia affects your posture, restricts range of motion, restricts blood flow, restricts muscles to activate, decrease energy level, decrease collagen production. It causes cellulite and causes chronic aches and pain. So the healthy fascia is on the bottom, unhealthy fascia is at the top. You can see like the little white line at the bottom. That's how it should be, like fresh spider webs. And then the muscle's nice and pink and red and healthy on the bottom. Okay. But at the top, you see the muscles more darker red color. Like when you see in the supermarket, when a piece of beef is old, it looks different from a fresh New York State, right? Same thing. So when our fascias are unhealthy and dry, they get all sticky and they start to mat up together and twist it together, and they start forming knots. And you see these thick white piece of materials, and it pulls your skin and the superficial fascia down the muscle, and now we have these lumpiness on the surface of the skin, and that's what's causing cellulite. So cellulite is not a fat issue, it's a fascia issue.
I have a question. This is
Yeah.
Teresa. So,
Yeah.
okay, whatever we're doing causes us to have unhealthy fascia. So we can, by changing whatever we're supposed to be doing, we can eventually get back to having the healthy fascia?
Yes, absolutely. Through a technique called fascia release, where you scrub those tissues from the outside in, using these claw tools and oil. So massage won't, if you really have to use your thumb and really flatten it out, but it's exhausting to use one thumb constantly. So having the tools and these cups to suction and rehydrate will really help increase the healing process. Foam rolling and tennis ball, all those methods are good too. They will help decrease pain, because when you put pressure on the tissue that's sensitive, that's dry, blood's gonna rush through those fascia and hydrate it, right? But it won't detangle it compared to the tool. So you won't see the cellulite decrease. You will feel better. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So these are the 4 types of cellulite. This is a before and after pictures. So This is from that one. If you want to check more information about fascia, this woman, fasciablaster.com, her name is Ashley Black, and she invented the fascia blaster. It's a tool that I use. It's a game changer. I learned about it in 2015, and has changed my body, has changed my client's body, and it's over 40% of my business is to help people with the fascia. So there's the hair damage on the top left, the before and after, the gummy, the before and after on the top right. Then we'd have the car wreck, the dents in it, and then we have the beyond bound. So for me, I was more of a beyond bound. That was my issue. So this is a picture of my client. And he's a personal trainer for 30 years and a chiropractor for 30 years. He had his own practice in San Diego. When he learned about my fitness cue that I co-invented, he called me up because one of his clients bought it and showed it to him because he was teaching a stick stretching class for the past 3 years back then, and he loved it. But when his client showed him my product, he was fascinated with it. He called me up and we talked, and then he wanted to get certified. So he flew down in 2016 for 2 days to train with me to learn how to use the fitness cue. And while I was training him, getting him certified, I was like, there's a huge symmetry on your left and right side. I said, your right lat don't engage, and so I fascia blasted him. And if you see the middle picture, there's this huge knot on his right side, right by his armpit and shoulder blade. And then I re-educate him to contract the rhomboids and the lats, and he able to fully contract. And this is all in like 1 hour, which is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's another client. So he travels a lot. So he sits on a plane a lot. And even if you have first class, doesn't matter because you're just sitting and your back is rounded and molded into that seat. I can't stand the airplane seat, even if I'm small. It's just so uncomfortable. But when you sit for a prolonged period of time, your back just molds into the seat and you have developed this hump. Okay? And this is afterward on the right of the fascia treatment. And here's another client. She has all type of knee pain because improper gait and alignment. Her inner thigh is very bound up. We're working on that. But when I first met her, she's the first person I saw cellulite on her ankle. Can you see the bottom left?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've never seen cellulite on an ankle before. So she started blasting on her own and do her own stuff. And that's her foot on the right. Oop. See how much healthier the right side look? Less inflammation, and you can see the veins now. Blood flow is better. Okay, these are not my client. These are pictures of people on her website or the Facebook that they post themselves, the before and after pictures, which is amazing. This is what fascinates me, the turkey neck. I've never thought that could be possible, but it makes sense. When you hydrate the fascia, it creates collagen production. And I think, when people do these facelift and stuff, it's so harsh on the body to cut and pull the skin and do a facelift. And this is all natural, which is really amazing. And all you do is just a couple minutes a night and scrub that area, increase blood flow. This is another amazing one regarding turkey neck, but she talked about how it increased the hair growth of her eyebrow. If you look at her right after picture, before and after, her eyebrow did grow back a little bit. And then the hairline, even the top of her forehead, the hairline improved. So there's more hair growth. So blood flow is the secret to relieve pain, but increase collagen production, increase hair growth. There's so much benefit besides looking better, but also feeling better too, because you can instantly move more efficiently. Any question on that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then we have your diet. I can spend hours and hours and hours on diet, but we don't have time. But I just want to go over how diet is 80% of how you look and feel. Okay. Because there are the dark side of the food industry. We have hormones and antibiotics in the meat that we're eating. They, this earth is so overpopulated. We just can't produce food fast enough. And so chicken, pigs, beef, they gotta increase their size as fast as possible. So they inject hormones and give them antibiotics so they don't get sick and so they can mass produce these meats. So pesticides in the food industry, all the wheat, the artificial flavors and coloring, all this causes problem with our digestion, our gut, preservatives, sugar substitutes. It damages the gut, the good gut bacteria in our body. And more you're hearing about microbiome and how that's like the second brain for the body, and that how it affects your mood, affects your chance of losing weight or gaining weight, affects your hormones, and all these things that's listed here, high fructose corn syrup, affects your gut bacteria. So we are mainly, more and more research been done, mainly we're all in our body is gut bacteria. We basically house the bacteria in our body, and that's what keep us healthy. And if we eat all these food that's damaging our gut bacteria, then it affects everything that we do, our energy, our digestion, the way we look, our skin, processed oil. Okay. Then there's this carrageenan. Anybody know what that is? It's found in low-fat dairies or non-dairy. It's a thickening agent. It's in soy milk and coconut milk. So if you shop, try to not get something that has that ingredients, because that really damages it's cancer causing and also damages the gut bacteria. They claim it's natural, but a lot of research said it's not. Sodium nitrate, that's in hot dogs and processed meat, like turkey or ham. So try to get things that doesn't have sodium nitrate in it. So what the best thing to do, I'm doing this 30-day challenge with my client. I don't tell them to write down their food intake because people know what is healthy, what is not healthy. What is healthy is really non-processed food. But the biggest thing I push for is eating your leafy greens. So I have them make a checklist of eating 4 servings of vegetable a day and try to shoot for leafy greens. The leafy greens has a lot of high dense nutrient, especially magnesium, that the body needs to help your body function efficiently. But more than anything, you tend to not overeat when you consume leafy greens. There's something about it that you crave less sweets, you crave less junk food. It just the fiber and the high dense nutrient helps your body feel satisfied because now you are getting the nutrient you need. So the body don't sense that it's deficient and just want food. Because if you don't have enough significant enough vitamins and mineral in you from real food, then the body always gonna feel like it's hungry. So, all right. Then the third is your pain, understanding your pain. So your pain can be caused on your posture, your fascia, right? It could be diet issue. If you're eating food that's bad for your gut bacteria and it's hard to digest, a lot of processed food and preservative, it's gonna cause bloating. And that was one of my issues, constantly bloated all the time. So until I changed my diet and really watch what I eat and what I consume, I was always in pain, gassy, just sluggish. Yeah, but other causes of pain could be stress triggers like lack of sleep. Sleep is something that people take pride saying, oh, I only got 4 hours sleep because I was doing this and that to finishing off a project, or I was studying till this time. But sleep is your body's way of repairing itself. And I'm sure you heard of this before. I'm just going to give you a confirmation, a reminder. We need about 6 to 8 hours sleep minimum, 8 even better. It's when your body recharge itself. It start to repair. When we don't get enough sleep, it affects our energy. It affects our appetite. We tend to want more carb, more sugar to keep us up. This, if you have pain and you don't get enough sleep, it magnify even more. So things you normally don't feel, if you don't get enough sleep, you're gonna feel it coming on. Like, why my back hurt so much suddenly? Okay, so sleep is a must. And that's one of the checklists I have for my 30-day challenge for my client. Hydration, another thing. We know we need to drink water, but I have so many clients that don't, and they literally have high blood pressure that's like 180, and they're still not drinking water. And they look going to doctors and getting all these tests done, and drinking water is the only thing. They say, I hate water, but like, I can't help you if you don't drink water. I mean, it's like, it's life. It's 70% of your body is water. So very important. If you're tired, a lot of time it's because you're dehydrated. I've been there. If you are hungry, most likely you're just dehydrated but we end up eating instead. So there's so much in the water intake, and it's free. And it keeps you full, so you don't feel like you have to, that you need to eat more. So work and stress and burnout, that can cause stress triggers. Stress at home, uncertainty, relationship challenges, your environment, negative people in your life or clutters around you. So those are the 3 things you need to know. And now it's the 3 action you can take that could affect the outcome of your health. So self-awareness is the key. You must be aware of your habits, right? Your posture, your diet, your negative self-talk, your behaviors and habits. That's the number 1 thing. Because once you're aware, then you can do something about it. Second thing is you need to release and rehydrate your dry tissue that's restricting you. So fascia treatment, being active, walking, biking, swimming, hiking, stretch. Don't sit for too long in one position. That's when the tissue gets dry and you're just training those tissue to be in those positions. And then muscle shuts down. Okay. The third is your diet. So less processed food, less meat, more leafy greens, water intake. So, and this list right here of 3 things, 3 actions, it can be from a beginner to an advanced person in their fitness level. It all depends. Where are you? Where's your baseline? Where is your baseline right now? So you go from there. Okay. So the pharmaceutical industry does not create cures. It creates customers. Mm-hmm. Everybody just want to take some kind of pill and fix it, but it doesn't work that way. The scariest thing is that the US consume 80% of the painkiller in the world, the US. And I didn't know this because I work at I also teach at Wildlife Country Club. And then one of my clients who's at another club, the Oahu Club, or I forgot which one, but he was telling me that the men's bathroom in the country clubs, because I'm a woman, we don't know. The woman, when you go into the woman's bathroom, they have, Q-tips and cotton balls and mouthwash, tissues. Men's bathroom, every brand of painkiller you want, because they want to play golf. They want to play tennis, and they're in pain. They're just gonna pop that pill and go play. Yeah, I was really shocked. And I asked so many men, and they said, yeah, we have every brand in the bathroom. Interesting. So there's only 2 choices: do something or do nothing. And every little thing counts, as long as you have the desire to be better. So I really believe when you strive to become better than you are, everything around us become better too. And this is a text I sent to my recent client. She's been with me for 7 years. So just want to remind her how far she have come. She lost over 20 pounds and kept it off for 7 years. She has less aches and pains. She looks and feels younger. She has more energy, more confident, more understanding. She's more patient. She's more positive. She's excited about the future, have a peace of mind that she has a tool to help her get back on track if she ever fall off the wagon. And most of all, it's the self-respect and self-pride when you take care of yourself. But her doctor, she's an accountant, but her doctor told her, as long as you're in this profession, you're always going to have high blood pressure. And she proved them wrong. She doesn't take it anymore. So that's a huge success. And this is another client of mine. I love getting texts like this, that, you know, they learn something in class and they apply it to their daily life. That's going to help their life better. So I'm all about awareness, self-awareness, self-correction, self-heal, self-progress. So this is the end of the webinar. And if you'd like me to help you do this, then I'll be delighted, because there's only one thing I know for sure. It's difficult to do this on your own. And here's why. Posture. Nobody really talk about how to get into good posture. You can read about it. You can watch a video on it. It's something that you have to practice and learn it to do it correctly. Just like ballroom dancing or learning how to play piano is something that we need to learn and then practice. Second thing is fascia. We'll learn about what is healthy fascia, what's unhealthy fascia, and how to get it healthy again to the different method. And what's the difference? Being able to distinguish the different, when do you use a tennis ball, when do you use a softball, foam roller, why is that beneficial than the other tool? Why is the fascia blaster or the cupping is good for this area? Understanding that. And then consistency, that's a hard thing, to be consistent. There's a guy named Marshall Goldsmith. He's America's #1 coach, business coach. He trains, he coaches people like the CEO of Ford Motors, the CEO of Johnson & Johnson. And even him said that he pays this woman named Kate for the past 20 years. He pays her to call him every night to ask him the same 20 questions he wrote and answer the 20 questions he put for that day. So his 20 question would be like, did I do my best to listen to my client without judgment? Did I exercise this morning so I can have the energy and the vitality to do my best? Did I drink my water? Like, even he needed accountability. So he paid this woman for the past 20 years to keep him accountable. So if you have a friend, hey, why not, right? So what successful people do, they ask, what do you want? And be crystal clear about it. They ask why, it gotta be pure. Okay. Then how, you can do your research, ask people, ask friends, ask the people who are healthy, how do you do this, how do you do that? Then they ask, who can help me, right? That's how you get results. We gotta take action. So here's exactly how I can help you. You can schedule a 30-minute consultation to speak with me. So you can personally, so you can apply these strategies in your life starting today. This call is free, and we'll put together a specific game plan for your situation to help you achieve your goal. So if you want to get started on your journey to better health, if you want to be more consistent and start making small changes, and if you want to do it all without wasting time or getting injured, this is for you. Here's exactly how we'll do this together. Options to get started is, one, you can sign up for one of my 3 online monthly classes. And some of you in this webinar is already doing that for the past couple months. I have an online monthly class called Breath of Health. This is for someone who's a beginner who haven't done anything yet. And my philosophy is your breathing is the foundation. Your breathing affects your posture. Just by learning how to breathe to your diaphragm consciously, your posture automatically goes into the right position. I've seen this time and time again. Your anxiety and stress decreases, your circulation is better. There's so much benefit, but yet even breathing, just like posture, is something that we weren't born to learn how to do, and our lifestyle and everything else, we have lost connection with our breath. So recently research talk about how sleep apnea is also caused by improper breathing, mouth breathers. So this class is every night from 8:30 to 9 p.m. And we do focus on breathing. We do some eye exercises, and we do some foam rolling and ball fascia release on a specific area. And that's every night. And then we have another class called self-care master class. And that one is Monday to Friday for 30 minutes. We focus on one body part. Like Monday we do neck, Tuesday we do shoulder, Wednesday we do arms, Thursday we do back, Friday we do core, something like that. And repeat, like every 2 weeks we repeat it. There's 10 area that we cover. A lot to do with lower body because we have calves and ankle, and then we have feet and toes. Then we have balance for the last one. The third online class is the movement and wellness class. It's twice a week for 1 hour. And that one is for someone who's a little bit more advanced and wants more of a workout, a light workout that covers the whole body, all the muscle groups. Option 2 is to sign up for one of my small group online or studio classes. And this is a very small group, so I can give you the attention you need. And that one, I have all these classes: breathe, melt, and roll. That one's like foam rolling and breathing, and tennis ball. Posture 101, how to find your alignment and, from head to toe. Yoga 101, how to break down a certain movement and really do it correctly. Most yoga classes go through a series of certain 26 poses or something like that, and people just go through the motion. But when you do a cobra or a downward facing dog, what are you working on? Really breaking that down. And then most people can't even do a downward facing dog. It's way too advanced for the average person. So we really want to break down each movement, maybe even in class, just do 3 yoga poses for that class, and really have you connect and understand what those those poses do, what's the benefit of it, and are you doing it correctly? Pilates 101, same thing. Running 101, what do you need to do to get your body moving to run efficiently? It's not just getting out there, tie your shoes, and just go running. You gotta do before warming up and then afterward recovery work for the run. And then during the run, what are you supposed to be feeling, and what should be doing the work of when you run, not just one foot in front of the other, but what muscles, the hip flexor, are you feeling your glutes? If you do feel pain, what to do about it. Then the strength training 101, we have fascia cupping and blasting. I have a trampoline and bands, fitness cue, aerial. These are all the hanging from the ceiling type of fabric to get it. These are a little more advanced. The last 4 classes are more advanced. And the third option is to sign up for private sessions, personal coaching, personal training, fascia treatments. So let me know if you have any question. This is the time to have that Q&A.